We recently heard about Whitesburg resident Mick who has spent the past 16 months fixing up old or broken bicycles and giving them to Eastern Kentucky children.
We started with a young man that broke a chain on his bicycle. I pulled it up the hill across the road there, and he asked me if I could help him. Well, the chain was broke, but when we did get the chain back together, we realized that he had stripped the gears on his bike. So I went on the internet, on Facebook, and asked for any of my friends if they had any old bicycles I could use for parts. A friend of mine down the corner here told me he had 2 old bicycles that he could probably take together and make one. We did that and just gave the boy that bicycle instead of the old one because we could not find parts for his. It was a really old bike, and actually the little boy lived down the street. Well, his brother had a bike that he would push to the hill here and coast down through there and push it back up. And I got to looking and realized that there was no chain at all on that bike at all. So we ended up finding a bicycle for him. And that has now escalated into, well, just 441 bicycles given away. And it's become such a widespread thing now that I get a lot of requests. People just walk up and say, hey, do you have a bike? Or like the gentleman that just left here, we give him a bike, and we also give him a couple of parts to fix another bike. So we do a lot of that. We have a lot of people come in and want parts because tires for bikes are just so hard to find. Our only bike store in town now only sells car parts. The young gentleman here just a few minutes ago wanted to know how much he owed for the bike and how much for the parts. I just looked at the little boy. He was 11 years old, and I asked him, I said, do you mind your dad? He said, ask Dad. I said, no, I'm asking you. Me and you're making this deal. He said he does. He tries hard in school. And I just told him, I said, well, I asked him where he went to school, and I find out where they go to school, and I ask their homeroom teacher. And I tell them, if you don't try hard in school, I'm coming to get this bike. That's the only rules we have. You just have to have respect and mind the parents or your grandparents, whoever's raised them, and it's try hard in school.
Mick showed us a bike that he recently finished and explained how he uses parts from donated bicycles to give new life to bikes needing those parts.
This bicycle here is basically an old Galaxy Flyer, which is no longer made. This is about a 1964 model. We started with just basically the frame, no handlebars, no seat, no pedals, no tires. So we started with that. We found an old seat that came off of a Western Flyer, about a 72 model. And the handlebars were just one that coming off another bike. So we pieced it together, and we painted it silver. Actually, me and my 14-year-old daughter did this one. We worked on it together. When it came in, it was originally blue, but she likes silver, so we painted it silver. If you want to, you can make a difference. And it's not a big difference. If you help one person, just one person, that person's going to hopefully help someone else, and then somebody else, and then somebody else. And you can make a difference in someone's life, even if it's opening a door for them while they got their hands full. Just anytime that you can help someone, help them, and it'll come back on you at least tenfold. When you see a child smile and you know you've made their day, there's no better feeling in the world. And that's kind of what keeps you going.